Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outside the Field. Today we are going to be going over our week 5 lessons and all that we learned from this week, guys. Unfortunately, it is just me, your main host, the most important one, obviously, though, guys. But it's just me today, Mr. Chris Weideman. Mr. Jacob Crabtree could unfortunately not join us due to the fact that his internet's not working, guys. Spectrum is literally the worst provider ever. I've had them for some years. Crabtree is having them and having they're having outages. It was supposed to be fixed at 6 p.m. We kept pushing it back, never got up. So I really do appreciate you guys tuning in today just to see me blabber to you guys for the next, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 minutes. Hopefully it's not 30. I'll try to keep it a little shorter since it's just my opinions today. But he did make sure to give me all of his stats or all of his lessons he learned. He gave me a little rundown. So I'll try to give you Mr. Crabtree's opinions the best I can, guys. So I'm going to try to speak for the both of us today, but, my opinions are better anyway, so we'll definitely make sure I get all of those out to you today. But my story I first want to show you guys to start the day is, and we're going to do a little different format, like visually, since it's just me. You'll still get me here on the cam, but it's going to just kind of show my rankings. Because of his internet, he did not have the option to update his rankings, so only my rankings are updated right now. But I first want to start with, guys, I was a really nice person. I faced my dad in our hometown 8-man league. He had Dalvin Cook, busy. My dad's a busy man. He didn't get to switch up his lineup, and I ultimately let him put in Madison for Cook. And this is what happened, guys, after Madison dropped 25. And after the Sunday afternoon games, guys, I was down by 127 points. The only three players I had left were Mr. Josh Allen, Mr. Jonathan Taylor, and Mr. Dawson Knox, my tight end start of the week. So if you guys got him in there, I hope you guys were very happy with what you got from Mr. Dawson Knox. In standard scoring, he gave you, 14, 20 points still. So you definitely were very happy with the week you got out of him. So I'm glad you guys got him in that lineup and been picking him up, hopefully. But, Josh Allen and Dawson Knox, I needed out of them. Jonathan Taylor got the big play to start the game. I was feeling super good. He got to 37, and I was only 2 points off. We went to OT, but I wasn't able to secure the win, guys. I was pretty upset, but, I was a nice person. I did fall to 1-4 in this league. I don't know how, guys. Look, this is literally my squad. We start 3 QBs, 3 running backs, 4 receivers, and a tight end. Since it's 8-man, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, Najee, Jonathan Taylor. This is technically David Montgomery. This week I just traded Mac Jones and Nick Chubb for Josh Allen, so that was really nice. The receivers, we got Lamb, Godwin, A.J. Brown, Woods, Hawk, Knox. I had Heineke down here who hurt a little. On the bench I just traded Fields, you can see, to my brother for 2 firsts and 8-man. These are probably going to be top 4 picks, so I'm feeling real good about that one. I had to sit Zach Moss. We got Tony, Javonte Williams, Jacoby, Renfro, A-Rob. We got Kittle, Schultz. I mean, this team is literally loaded. But it is what it is, guys. We weren't able to pull it out. But at the end of the day, I feel like a better man for giving him that chance. But at the end of the day, this is why you aren't nice in fantasy football, but it was against my dad. So I had to be a generous person. But that being said, guys, we're going to hop right into our week 5 lessons. And we are first going to start with one of Crabtree's points. He started off the season telling you that he thought that Justin Herbert would potentially be an MVP. He thought Justin Herbert was going to be the MVP, but he is definitely a MVP candidate after this week. He's looking real, real good. That offense is cooking. I mean, you're supporting 4 people there. You got Herbert, we got Eckler, you got Keenan, who I'm going to show you. I do have Keenan falling a little. I mean, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. We got Mike Williams all the way up here, dude. I mean, we're all on it, guys. He got that Michael Thomas role in the offense. So, yeah, he had a down week, and I mean, he might be apt to eventually sit back a little bit, if they can get a nice lead and probably more favorable matchups. But Not every week's going to be a 49-point game for them. But Mike Williams, guys, is electric in this offense. Honestly, the only thing that's going to slow him down at this point is injury. He is known to be an injury risky player, but so far everything is wheels up. We are cooking in this offense, and we feel really, really good about Mike Williams. He got 2 long touchdowns this week, guys. I think Crabtree and I had this debate last week or the week before about Williams versus Allen, and I think at this point we got to be all in on Williams. I do have Allen down here. I probably do think Allen will finish a little higher, but I just couldn't find a way to put him above some of these guys. I mean, Debo and Brown are cooking right now. The rest of these guys at the top are all your studs that we need to believe in. Deontay just lost Juju, so that's just more targets for him and Mr. Claypool. I had to move Claypool up a little bit. So I think Keenan Allen's going to be more of that Robert Woods level player that we're used to. You know, nice floor, never even ruin you, but probably a little capped on the upside. So we're definitely feeling really good about the Chargers offense right now. And that's going to actually lead right into our Crabtree's next point that he wanted me to bring to you guys. Once again, Crabtree's rankings are updated. I did get our ECR updated. Sorry if I'm talking a little fast, guys. I'll slow down. I'm going to take a sip of water, calm down a little for you real quick. My bad, guys. Not really used to come on here blabbering to you guys by myself, but the Chargers offense looks really good. And because of that, guys, I kept why do I have CMC below? You know, hold on, guys. Let me fix this for you guys right on the week 5 lessons. I don't honestly know why we have this way, guys. Yeah, we're going to put that way. No, honestly, we're going to do this too, guys. Sorry, one more thing. But Crabtree and I are both pretty locked and loaded on Henry and Eckler finishing as our top 2 running backs on the season. Derrick Henry still is ECR 1. Eckler's down at 5, so we're a little high on Eckler, man. But, I mean, let's pull it up real quick. Eckler is literally, we're going to go here because this is the most standard scoring league I'm in. I can find my way around. Sorry, guys, I don't really use Sleeper on the computer very often. But Austin Eckler, guys, he is literally insane right now. He's getting his passing usage back. I mean, he is playing a little lower snap count than you maybe want to see, but the touchdown upside is there, and this offense is just incredible. So I would continue to roll him out there and feel super good just because that offense is legit. As you guys know, we are both Chiefs fans, and I think we both have kind of come to the conclusion that the Chargers more than likely will probably take the division this year. I'm not going to completely write it off yet, but I think that's just kind of the way it's going, especially if Herbert keeps playing this way. We got Derrick Henry at 1, and we're definitely going to feel really good about that right now. The reason we're going to keep it, guys, is he's just a freak of nature. He doesn't even need the rushing upside. He's on pace right now to literally smash the single carry record in a season, guys. He's just getting an insane amount of attempts. And here's my thing, guys. I did hear this on another podcast, so I'm not even going to take complete and utter... I'm not going to say this is my take completely, but I kind of have to come to agree to this, guys. Like, is it on here? Where I can get it? Aha. Guys, 16 games, 15 games, 16, 16, 15. Here's the thing next year when we get to draft season. We're going to look back at Christian McCaffrey. We're going to look at Dalvin Cook. I mean, maybe Saquon, but probably not. Like, these guys probably do have slighter upside for you. But at the end of the day, guys, availability is the best ability you can sometimes give me. So if you can give me top 5 production week in, week out, and I know that you're going to be on the field, you got to feel really good about that. So if you have Derrick Henry on your roster right now, you probably feel really, really happy. Ryan Tannehill has not looked very good. He's kind of I'm not going to say he's full regressed back to the Adam Gase Miami Dolphins offense, but Ryan Tannehill has looked more like the Ryan Tannehill we've kind of known more of our life. I got him at 20. ECR still has him at 15, so they kind of see him bouncing back. But guys, he's not getting the work we're used to. He's not as he's literally crushed efficiency these past couple of years since taking over in Tennessee, and I just kind of think that's kind of coming back down to earth. So with Tannehill coming back down to earth and Derrick Henry just getting an absolutely unreal amount of work. And I mean, he's even gotten more targets than we're probably a little used to, so that's nice. He didn't get one this week, but I mean, 130 yards, 3 touchdowns. You're very, very happy to get that each and every week. Moving on to something that I wanted to talk about this week, and I know that Jacob did also reiterate this is how he felt. Guys, Patrick Mahomes won. Patrick Mahomes won. Patrick Mahomes ECR 3. All right, guys, hold on. Well, let's go look at something real quick. Can I pull up the leaders? God, I don't know if I can on here. I think I can. Yes, here we go. Season. We're gonna take it off free agents, guys. Let's put it by this real quick. So Mahomes is struggling right now, guys. Right? I mean, my Chiefs are 2-3. They haven't looked super great, but Mahomes is still QB1, guys. I mean, we got 8 points on Josh Allen. We got 13 points on Kyler. Guys, we're not moving Mahomes. Mahomes is the guy. Don't let anything be mistaken. And I want you guys to remember this going forward, that Mahomes is the man. Even in a down year for him, he's still QB1, and I'm feeling really good about that. The schedule lightens up a little bit. This was his gauntlet of the schedule. They're not going to run the ball. Clyde just hit the IR. So I'm going to look for this offense to continue to cook for you guys. That's the guy. And I just want you to remember that through and through, that Mahomes is Mr. QB1. Even if he doesn't necessarily look like it on the field and the Chiefs aren't the Chiefs we're used to, we still need to remember that it is Mahomes and he's going to make it happen. So that's the Magic Man. And I want us to continue to have faith in him each and every week. And then the quarterback that he wanted to talk about was Mr. Tom Brady. Tom Brady, guys, honestly just went out there and straight up balled this week. Straight ball. What do we get out of him this week? I mean, he's literally QB2 right now. I mean, we got 4, 5 touchdowns. He's putting up insane numbers, especially at 44. So I don't ever want to hear that Tom Brady is not the GOAT. If you think Tom Brady's not the GOAT, I'm sorry, you need to click off right now because you're just straight up wrong. Tom Brady's the GOAT. Crabtree hates him, but this is the GOAT of all GOATs. He's working his way to being the GOAT of all sports. Straight up, I just don't even want to hear it at this point. Tom Brady's the man. The only reason I just want to keep Tom Brady slightly down is Kyler makes a lot of happen with his feet. Lamar's I'm pretty sure, guys, I saw the stats today. Lamar is 4th or 2nd in passing yards and 8th in rushing yards. So because of Kyler and Lamar's ability with their legs, they have huge upside. Josh Allen has some upside with his legs, and he's going to get some plenty of touchdowns because of that as well. Let's see what he's actually at right now. I'm a little curious. This is a little different than our normal format, guys. But yeah, I mean, we got 2 rushing touchdowns, 60 yards, 40, 35, 40. So, I mean, in his worst week so far with his legs, he got you 3.5 points. It's more than you'll ever get out of Brady unless he gets that 1-yard touchdown. But, guys, Brady is wheels up as well. I mean, if you got Brady at the 9th, 10th, 11th round in your one QB leagues, you probably are feeling spectacular right now. So we are continuing to have ultimate faith right now in Mr. Tom Brady, and we're going to let that keep going. The next topic we wanted to kind of move over to, I'll kind of move it around so you guys can have a little look around some of the rankings. I know we haven't done a great job of getting those out to you as well lately. Sorry, guys. I'm on here by myself. I needed a breath. We're going to get used to this. But Crabtree and I will hit the record for our other videos the rest of the week tomorrow, our waivers and our trades. So he'll be back. It's just me today. But unfortunately, Spectrum is the worst provider, and you should never, ever use them. But Najee Harris is the next guy, and kind of James Robinson. We're going to pair these two together. If you got either of these guys, these are probably league winners, honestly. You probably got Najee in middle second, maybe early, late second, but probably in the second. And right now, Mr. Najee Harris, we're going to move over to the running backs. Let me fix this again for you guys. All right. We got Cordero. We're not going to talk about it. But if we take Cordero Patterson out, there's no way Cordero finishes in the top 10, guys. Like, as good as he's been, sorry, he's going to have to fall. But Najee's he's right now running back 4 on the season. We got James Robinson at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Running back 11. James Robinson picked up right where he left off last year. These first 2 weeks, we obviously saw that Urban wanted to use Carlos Hyde, yes, the old OU alma mater. So now that he's moved past that, James Robinson has got right back where he picked off last year. He did have some pretty nice matchups, but I mean, Miami's not hard, Seattle, and you got Buffalo. But down in the playoffs, you get New England, Jets, and Houston. That is going to be incredible. Najee has also been cooking so far this year. And we finally saw the big rushing day from him. He's still getting the targets, so he's very involved in the passing game. Juju just went out, so he might honestly see an extra 1 or 2 targets a game because Juju's been getting a lot of low ADOT targets. So honestly, Najee could probably be the biggest beneficiary. And then after that, I'd probably say Claypool's going to see some extra targets. I mean, Deontay Johnson's already getting his. Didn't get it last week, but Najee Harris, guys, I mean, you got to feel great about having him right now. He's explosive. And if you got him in Dynasty, you got this dude for probably 4 or 5 more years. So, like I have him in my Dynasty League. You are feeling spectacular. So Najee is a beast. James Robinson, probably low-end running back 1 for the rest of the season. So those two are trending up in the right direction and looking really good. I was honestly out on the J-Rob situation early, like in draft season. So I don't have any stocks of him. And, I mean, I did make all of my drafts before ETN got hurt. So, I mean, hindsight is always 2020, but we are feeling really good about those two. Someone kind of trending down is Mr. Joe Mixon. So if Rob's 11, he's currently running back 14, guys. He was a little banged up this week, but it's just hard, guys. He's not getting a lot of receiving usage. His usage was a little capped this week because P. Ryan obviously was pretty involved. Burrow looks really good, guys. Like, really good. So, I mean, why are we going to take the ball out of Burrow's hands? Burrow has a lot of weapons out there that he can use. So, it's not that, Joe Mixon will have scoring opportunities, which is good. And he saved his day with the late touchdown. But it's just that I think we have to just be a little bit more realistic with Joe Mixon. I got him in the middle tier of the running backs. I got him at 15. ECR has him at 12. So it's not that we're down on Joe Mixon, and it's probably where you drafted him. Crabtree honestly thinks he's going to be getting worse, guys. He had him at 13 last week. So I'm assuming that he's probably going to move down for Crabtree. I don't really know how far he's going to move down, but I think that's kind of where we are. It's not that he's not going to be great. It's just that I don't think he necessarily has a superb floor. I mean, he's probably never going to drop below 6 or 8 points. But, I mean, for your RB1, I just want a little bit safer floor and slightly more upside, and both of those are just a little capped for him right now. So we just got to watch out for Joe Mixon. I mean, if you have him, you're probably not doing anything with him because his value is not necessarily super great right now. So you just maybe got to tough it out. Crabtree just sees him going down from here. I don't personally think that's the case. His playoff schedule, I mean, is a little juicy. Baltimore's been actually kind of easy run defense so far. I mean, Casey in championship week is beautiful, but I mean, he plays Denver week 1, which is not what you want to see at the playoffs. So that's kind of where we are, and that is the main reason is because we are full wheels up on Jamar Chase, guys. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow picked up right where they left off in college. It took them a couple weeks, but they are right back to where they started, guys. We're pulling this up for you real quick. No? Oh, I'm running back, that's why. Better move over. Like, he's just dynamite with the ball in his hands, guys. Like, it's not even that his targets have been picking up. But look, 20 yards per catch, 27 yards per catch, 16, 13, 26. I mean, this is the same player he was in college. He scored a lot of touchdowns, big play machine, and those two are just on the same wavelength. So that is all wheels up, and we are going to be all in on this, guys, for the rest of the season. So if you got him in redraft, if you got him in dynasty, I mean, you got a literal steal. Like, even in dynasty, I mean, he's probably going to just be a straight up, like, he's probably going to, like, be in dynasty, like, in that DK Metcalf, like, AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb conversation. So you got to feel really, really, really good about owning Jamar Chase in any format right now. And I don't see this really slowing down. Because of that, I mean, guys, I honestly straight up dropped Tyler Boyd from the top 40 this week, just because, like, I don't honestly, like, he just hasn't been necessarily super great when all three of them play. I think T. Higgins is honestly still a really good receiver, and we've seen that T. Higgins and Joe Burrow do have a connection. He was a little slow coming back from the injury this week, but he was his first week back, and I think as he gets re-involved, I think it's going to be the T. Higgins and it's going to be Jamar Chase here, T. Higgins, and then Tyler Boyd's going to kind of become an afterthought. I think Joe Mixon's probably that fourth weapon that gets supported. I think like a fantasy offense really does struggle to support more than like 4 fantasy relevant players. The Bills are kind of stretching a little with Zach Moss as the 5th, but you don't really see more than 4 fantasy relevant players in the offense. I mean, the Steelers, you only got the 4. I mean, Juju is never relevant. So I just, Mixon's a little down. Jamar Chase, we're way up. T. Higgins, you feel good probably about where you drafted him. And Tyler Boyd, guys, I was out to start in the draft process. I let Crabtree talk me into drafting him in a league, and I kind of regret it. I regretted it when I did it, and I feel really good about that today. So we're feeling really good there. Moving over to the tight ends, guys. TJ Hawkinson, I know we've been all in on him, and we still are in on him, guys. I think better days are ahead. It has gotten a little ugly lately, so it's not necessarily super encouraging. The Lions offense, guys, just, it's not good. Oh, this is tight end premium, guys. Let me get back to a regular league for you real quick. I actually own him in this league, luckily. But last week, the targets were there, the catches weren't. The offense is just kind of struggling, guys. But we did get some pretty tough matchups. It's going to get a little better with Cincy, Philly. Pittsburgh's pretty easy defense. Cleveland sucks. Playoffs, Arizona's not good, but Atlanta and Seattle in the final weeks are really good. This is the part of the season where we're kind of looking at the buys and the playoffs a little bit more, trying to figure out who we need to be having on our roster come playoff season. And like I said, those are 2 really good matchups at the end of the season. I think Hawk is still going to be the number 1 like receiving weapon there. Amon-Ra St. Brown is obviously working his way up and getting a more consistent workload, which potentially eats into Hawk a little. Obviously, Swift is probably going to get his each and every week, but I still think that Hawk and Swift will kind of maintain that like 1A, 1B in the receiving game punch. And I would just kind of look for better days to come there, guys. I know it hasn't necessarily been super great, but it is what it is, guys. And I would continue to like look his way. Just have a little faith. I know it's not necessarily super sexy, but just have a little faith, and I think it'll work its way along. I think that was Crabtree. Guys wanted me to hit Tom Brady for you guys. Henry Eckler, Chargers offense, Mixon, trust Chase. Yeah, I think that was all of the Crabtree points for you today, guys. Some of these were things that I also had some to add on to. So that's all I had for Crabtree. Uh, and then obviously, guys, Dawson Knox and Dalton Schultz were all in on. Even ECR is starting to pick up on these two, which we really like to see. I will say that the reason I put Schultz ahead is just I almost dropped him. I think that'd been bad. Schultz has seen a very nice target share, so the touchdowns haven't been as good. So, but because the target share is really good, we know that we're going to get a consistent volume workload every week. I think that, especially with what's the dude's name? I can't remember the number 3 receiver that's hurt right now for Dallas. But obviously, Amari, CD are going to eat every week. Schultz is going to eat every week. I have had to move Dak down ever so slightly. Like, not a lot, guys, but we had to move him down. And, like, the main reason we're doing this, guys, sorry. I'll come right back to Knox, I promise. But 27, 26, 22, and 32 attempts, guys, is down from what we saw last year. And it's not that I don't think he can be hyper efficient with these attempts, but ultimately, like, their defense is balling out, and because of that, they can feed Zeke and Tony Pollard 30, 35 carries a game. Honestly, making Tony Pollard low-key like a back-end, high-end RB3, low-end RB2. Tony Pollard just getting enough work to stay relevant. But because they do have a very condensed target share, which is really good, which means that the 3 receiving weapons are going to be able to eat. Okay, this was the one exception to the 4-player rule. Because obviously you have Dak, we got Zeke, we got CD, we got Amari, we have Schultz, and low-key Lamb. So, I mean, this offense is almost feeding 6 mouths. There's going to be a couple down weeks here and there for some players, but we're all in on them. But the reason we put Schultz ahead of Knox is just because Knox has seen a slightly lesser target share. It's still good enough to be consistent, I think, especially in this amazing offense. And he kind of does look to be Josh Allen's favorite red zone target right now, which is pretty appetizing. I'm not going to lie to you. Right now, Knox and Emmanuel Sanders guys are actually outperforming Diggs. Obviously, we had to keep Diggs up in the rankings, but we did move him down a little. ECR has him all the way, guys, at 3, and I have Diggs all the way down at 11, guys. Right now in the season, Diggs is receiver 26. So obviously better days are ahead. He's seen a good target volume, but because of that, guys, we're all in on. We're all in on Schultz. Knox is just probably going to have to rely a little bit more on touchdowns than pure volume. So I like to chase volume, not necessarily touchdowns. We saw how it's going with Robert Tonyan right now, who is just bottoming out, guys. So that's just kind of what we have there. And then the final thing I wanted to touch on you real quick for, guys, was some of these receivers. Honestly, guys, the receiver position this year right now is just straight up whack. Like, from where we drafted these players to how we're looking right now, let's get that's what we need, season. Oh, sorry, we need stats. That's not right still. Guys, if you look at this top 12, this is no way how we drafted it. Mike Williams, I mean, obviously we drafted Tyreek, but not Cup, not Samuel, not Brown. We drafted him, not him, not him, not him as a receiver 1. I mean, we drafted Jefferson and Metcalf, but this receiver group is weird. So the big points I wanted to hit on, guys, is I am worrying about Tannehill and just how much volume they're going to have there. So I have A.J. Brown kind of staying down after the injury. He needs to show me something, and he's getting the volume, but he hasn't necessarily been as efficient as we're used to. like I said, it's kind of me thinking the Titans offense is coming, like the efficiency passing game is kind of coming back down to earth a little bit. A-Rob, guys, we're like, you can't drop them, but like we're honestly almost straight up out on like, I really don't know what to do, guys. Like the Bears offense, they just kind of seem like they want to play defense and run the ball right now. They kind of want to keep the ball away from Justin Fields as much as possible and just kind of let him make a few deep throws down the field to gain. And when he's throwing these deep balls, he's looking Darnell Mooney's way, not Allen Robinson's way. So, I don't know, guys. Allen Robinson's a tough one. Robert Woods got back out there and showed up and did what we needed out of him. We got Claypool probably moving up with the Juju injury, and then Marquis Brown, Deebo Samuels, Mike Williams, like these three guys have just been balling. Marquis, so what is Deebo's ECR is 15, so I'm pretty in line with that at 14. Marquis Brown, guys, they still have him at 29. I'm putting him at receiver 16. He's like receiver like 6 or 4 on this. I guess I have it right here. I can tell you. Receiver 5 on the season right now, guys. Lamar's looking his way early, often, all the time. He's got a nice target share. He's hitting him on the deep game. Hollywood's using his speed to make some plays. So the receiver position is kind of really weird and some serious flux right now. So sometimes we can't just stick to what we know. We have to adapt, and that's kind of what we're trying to do right now at the receiver position. There's a lot of very crowded passing games that are supporting a lot of players, but it's kind of up and down a little bit. So the receiver position is really weird, but Allen Robinson, A.J. Brown are really scaring me. And yeah, guys, I really do appreciate you coming to just listen to me babble today. I hope I didn't go too fast. I didn't want to make you guys sit here too long and just listen to me. I know that as much as I'm the smarter analyst here at Outside the Field, I know you do come to listen to the two of us, and I know a lot of you have really appreciate and love hearing what Crabtree has to give us every day. So we really did miss having him on the recording today, and I really look forward to getting him back with us tomorrow. Honestly, I don't know how, if I could do this every day, just babble super fast at you and give you guys all the information, but I appreciate you guys coming out and still watching today. Sorry, it was a little different format, and we look forward to getting back to our more traditional sense tomorrow. I still appreciate you tuning in. Sorry, 1 second, I'll hit the outro. But really, guys, I appreciate you. You guys are some of the best fans, and you guys down in the comments are awesome. I got some of you guys just hitting me up personally. Hit us up in the comments, hit us up on the Twitter. If you know me, hit me up there. But make sure you guys like and subscribe. Everything really helps. We're really trying to push this so we can just get out some of our smart information to more of you. And the final thing I have to touch on is I don't really want to throw the stats out there because it was a little rough for Crabtree. But your boy definitely took home the start-sit trophy this week again. I'm currently firing. I hit 7 of 10 last week. We're hitting 75% of those bad boys. So if you do tune in for our Saturday start-sit, you know that your boy Chris is going to get you a dub on the weekend. But for sure, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.